Hello? Hi, friends. Hi, friends. Hi, fellow compatriots. Also, oh man, it's too late. It's whatever. Anyway, hi, guys. Welcome to the stream. A little update about my little body situation. Fudge. Eh.
I never thrown one of those. I didn't know.
There, my aunt light's on now. I keep forgetting to turn that on. Yesterday's stream, I did mention that I was having some problems with my body. Not like phases of the moon or anything like that. Because I'm a guy, I don't have periods.
It's raining.
What a great way to start a stream. Anyway, so I did mention that my tongue is bruised, and it still is bruised, but it feels a lot better today. After the stream, went to the tourney, came back from the tourney yesterday, which, by the way, it was so nice seeing some friends and stuff that I haven't seen, that I don't usually see on a daily basis, because the card shop I went to yesterday, that's the one I go to every month, or trying to go to every month. Anyway, after the card shop, came home to rest for a bit before hanging out with Green, and so I got a call from my parents because they're currently in Czechoslovakia, which they sent me pictures. There's like a KFC and a Popeyes in Czechoslovakia, and I'm like, what the fudge? Wait, there's a Popeyes and a KFC in Czechoslovakia. The heck? Yeah, and then my parents called me through Messenger, and we had a nice chat. It was just like seeing how they're doing, how I was doing. And then I told my mom, who's a nurse, retired nurse, and she was like, oh, you need to have B complex, zinc, magnesium, and vitamin C. Vitamin C and B complex every 2 days, magnesium, zinc every day, and then she recommended that I use my Listerine mouthwash, gargle it like 3 times a day, and probably after gargling and spit it out, let it sit there. Try that yesterday. Yeah, no, my stomach didn't like it, because I would sit there, like after the call, I would do the Listerine thing, like I would rinse my mouth with Listerine, and I sat down, and I remember just like waiting for the antiseptic mouthwash to just stay in my mouth, like solicit in my mouth, and I was just sitting there. Occasionally I would just like swallow, and before I knew it, I swallowed a good amount of Listerine into my tummy, and my tummy didn't like that, and I was like, oh fudge. But anyway, after that, I did take pictures about the bruise on the left side of my tongue. I started recording it, sent my mom the pictures of the last few days of it, and she's like, is it stomatitis? And I'm like, it doesn't look like stomatitis. I looked up images of stomatitis on the tongue, which is nightmare fuel. Look at it at your own risk. And she was like, yeah, I think you should go to our family doctor. I'm like, okay, I'll make an appointment. I plan to make an appointment tomorrow. Besides, I need to go check. I need to get a checkup anyway. And luckily, the company I work for has insurance, healthcare insurance. So I asked if the insurance the company provides, that the company provides me, is able to be used at our family clinic. And my mom was like, yeah, it should be. I'm like, yes. So tomorrow I will be probably scheduling an appointment with the doctor. So yeah, good stuff. I had a good amount of sleep this time. Granted, it was about like 6 hours instead of like the whole thing yesterday where I woke up twice in the night and I was just like, oh, I was all over the place. Yeah, I still felt some pins and needles when I woke up and walked around, but it wasn't as bad as last night. So that's good. Those were some good signs. So the reason why I only had like 6 hours of sleep, about 6 hours give or take, was because I was catching up with Green. So we decided to catch up at a Whataburger. So we went to Whataburger and we were there for like about 2.5 hours. And afterwards, we went to Green's. That's my Mario. That's my Paper 1000 Year Door remake case. Anyway, I have the warranty inside too. Anyway, so I was catching up with Green, and we were just chatting and talking, just about anything, really, everything about Green's life, about my life. Green told me some amazing things about their life, and yeah, it was a good time. We ended up like talking for 4 hours, so I got to Green's place like ahead of time, and I'm like, what the heck? I don't know how I beat Green's plate. I don't know how I beat Green to Green's place, and I was like, what the fudge? So we were just catching up, went inside, we were just chatting away. The way it was just about like my life, the events that transpired in my life, and then Green started talking about this thing they were doing.
This is good. This is good. Okay, I'm just.
They were doing for Pokemon, which is apparently there's this thing in the Pokemon community called the Ribbon Master, and it's wild, guys. It is freaking wild. So apparently, Ribbon Master means getting all the ribbons from all the Pokemon series up till now. Ribbons were first introduced in the Game Boy Advance games Pokemon Sapphire, Pokemon Ruby, and Pokemon Emerald. And Green was telling me all about it, and I was like, oh shoot. And so Green had started doing the Ribbon Master the Ribbon Master quest for their Empoleon. And I was like, oh shoot, that's crazy. So Green had started playing Pokemon
Got scammed.
during Pokemon Diamond and Pokemon Pearl for the Nintendo DS.
I'm ready.
And they had decided to restart Pearl, and
Look at my eyes.
they decided to put the Empoleon through the Ribbon Master Challenge. So Ribbon Master essentially means
All these X's.
getting all the ribbons in every Pokemon game up till now, like I said earlier. And it's not necessarily having to choose a Pokemon from the Game Boy Advance series. It's basically you choose a Pokemon in any series and you get all the ribbons that Pokemon could possibly get. So, for example, if you choose a Gen 7 Pokemon, you can only get ribbons for it from Gen 7 upwards. Now, there are instances where people have brought their Pokemon from Gen 3 and put it through the ringer. So they had a Pokemon that they had since Pokemon Sapphire for the Game Boy Advance, and they had brought it all the way up to Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, and it contains all the ribbons from its past games, and it's like so crazy. So if you want to try and get all the ribbons, unfortunately you can't, because there are some ribbons that you just cannot get naturally through the game. An example is Gen 3 for Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Sapphire, and Pokemon Ruby. So, apparently, there was a ribbon given to, like, the Pokemon champions during 2003 and 2004. And those were the only times that specific ribbon was given. So that means you can't get that ribbon. But, technically, according to Green and the research that they did, that ribbon doesn't count. So, like they said, if you start the Ribbon Master quest, you basically have to get as many ribbons as you can through regular means. So, that ribbon where the Pokemon champions got in 2003, 2004, like, that doesn't count. Like, they're like, nah. You can't get that unless you were in that time period and you were, like, the Pokemon champion. I'm like, what the fudge?
Okay.
Anyway, after shooting those ideas, it came to my attention that this would be something really cool to record and stream. And this is just me being selfish. And Green was like, oh, Green was like, oh yeah, I would like to, have a Vulpix, and do the ribbon challenge. Now, if you want to get every single ribbon, you would have to start not from Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Sapphire, and Pokemon Ruby. You would have to start
Suddenly.
from Pokemon Coliseum or Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness for the Nintendo GameCube. That is where the Ribbon Master journey truly begins, because there are only select Pokemon that can be played in every game. There is 15 Pokemon. Vulpix is one of them, which I asked Green and I said, if you wanted to just start from Pokemon Coliseum, the Ribbon Master quest, you want to start from this generation, which Pokemon would you choose? And Green said Vulpix. I chose Ralts. I was like, I love me a female Gardevoir, just saying. And it's really cool. I was like, oh shoot. You would have to put in a lot of effort, because then if you start in Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon or Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, you would need the GameCube to Game Boy Advance adapter, a Game Boy Advance, and then a Nintendo DS or a Nintendo DS Lite to transfer the Pokemon from the Game Boy Advance cartridge to the DS cartridge. Then you have to go to your Nintendo 3DS and then transfer the Pokemon from the DS cartridge to the 3DS cartridge, and then from there you use Pokebank to transfer Pokemon to Pokemon Home on your Switch, so then you can use Pokemon and Pokemon Home and get the rest of the ribbons for Galar and Paldea. And Hisui, because apparently you can get ribbons in Hisui. And I'm like, what the fudge? It's crazy. Like, the Ribbon Master Quest is interesting, and I felt like that would be a project I would most likely probably do next year. Maybe. This an idea. Yeah, I offered to let Green borrow my copy of Pokemon Coliseum, and it was so funny. So Green told me that their journey with Pokemon started in Gen 4, so Pokemon Diamond, Pokemon Pearl. My journey started in Gen 2. Hey Leo, the tongue's way better, thanks for asking. My journey started with Pokemon Gen 2. My first Pokemon game ever was Pokemon Crystal, and I lost the Game Boy Color cartridge for it. Anyway, I truly started my journey with Pokemon Sapphire. For Gen 3, and then I kind of worked my way backwards and did Gen 2. Yeah. Leo, I'm talking about the Ribbon Master Quest for Pokemon. I don't know if you know about it, but it's crazy. It's essentially getting every ribbon in every Pokemon game that you could. Gen 3 is the first Pokemon generation to have incorporated ribbons. And apparently that's this thing that one of my best friends, Green, started talking about. It's like Ribbon Master. It's wild. It's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, and since Green's Empoleon's Gen 4, the Empoleon cannot get the ribbons from Pokemon Coliseum or the Gen 3 games, Pokemon Sapphire, Pokemon Emerald, or Pokemon Ruby. Oh, you haven't played since Gen 3? Oh, that's fair. That's okay, alright, that's fair. They actually, before the Nintendo eShop closed down for the 3DS and Wii U, I made sure to get all the Gen 2 and Gen 1 Pokemon games. Now, fun fact, there are Pokemon that have specific marks. Like, every Pokemon in every generation has a mark associated with it. And I'm not talking about the Mighty Mark or whatever you have in Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. So, in every generation of Pokemon games, every Pokemon has a mark, and that mark associates it to what game this Pokemon came from. There are Pokemon that, so if you had the Game Boy, the literal original Game Boy, and Pokemon Blue and Pokemon Yellow, if you had those two games, and you played since back then, and you kept transporting those Pokemon from the original Game Boy up to, I don't know which Pokemon again, up to like Gen 7, why not? There is a mark associated with it, signifying that this Pokemon came from the original Game Boy cartridge. Now, like I said, they released Pokemon Gen 2 and Gen 1 games onto Nintendo eShop for the 3DS. I managed to get all of them, like Pokemon Crystal and all that stuff. Now, the thing is, if you were to transfer Pokemon from the port provided by the eShop, it will not have the associated mark. As far as I know, just fact check me on that. So you cannot get the original Gen 1 mark from the ports provided on the 3DS. You can only get it from the original Game Boy with the original Game Boy cartridge, which is insane. Oh no! His save got corrupted? They went through hell to recover? Dang right! Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Apparently, speaking of that, Green told me there was one of the champions that got the ribbon from 2003-2004 that I mentioned earlier. I think they had brought it to modern Pokemon games and put it in rental teams that you can rent in like ranked battles or whatever, and you can actually see all the ribbons. And it's like, oh, that's really cool. So, I think it'd be a fun adventure to go through to do Ribbon Master. I feel like that'd be so much fun to do, but I'm too busy with my personal projects, like finishing Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door remake for Switch, as well as completing Princess Peach Showtime, catching up with Genshin Impact, getting through Time in Action, and then I haven't even started Wuthering Waves, which by the way is out and you should play it. Shy Lily, a virtual tuber on Twitch, had started playing it, and I was planning on playing it. Like, I actually pre-registered Wuthering Waves on my phone. and I downloaded it. I didn't play it 4 days ago like I planned. And then there's Honkai Star Rail, and those are just like side projects of mine. I really like Hoyoverse. And what's funny, side note, I started following a YouTuber on YouTube who makes these YouTube shorts about China Fix Everything. And they were talking about Hoyoverse is teaming. It has a united front with the this CCP office, and they're like, gamers beware. And I'm like, that's fair, but Genshin Impact is such a fun game. If the country goes down, I will be the problem. I am sorry. It's just the game is too good. So, like someone like brought it up, like Hoyoverse is a gaming company in China, and they're the ones that made Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Honkai Third Impact, and they're really great games. But apparently, according to this YouTuber, there's like some ties with Hoyoverse and the Chinese Communist Party, and I'm like, oh, that'd be awesome if you do it with me, Leo. That'd be great. I was planning on doing it with Green, and Green looked like they wanted to do it, and I was like, okay, like they couldn't wait. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll probably do it sometime next year. I'd like to do it. It's gonna take a lot of time and resources, because one, I need to get the Game Boy Advance adapter for my GameCube, not only for the Ribbon Challenge, but for Shantae Risky Revolution. I have already pre-ordered the Game Boy cartridge, because I love the Shantae series. I got the Shantae Deluxe Edition. I was unfortunate that I couldn't get the Shantae Deluxe Edition with the plush, but I got the Shantae Deluxe Edition for Risky Revolution from LimitedRunGames.com. So Limited Run Games is a niche store. Check it out. A lot of WaveWorks games are through there. I mean, hey, it's whatever. Before I forget, I'll be on and off on this stream. I do have some chores I have to attend to, like mowing my backyard. I've been saving it for today. Oh yeah, before I forget, Happy Memorial Day! Happy Memorial Day! Today is Memorial Day. So I have to mow the backyard, I have to do some laundry, and then there is, like the card shop that I frequent twice a week, they're open today, so I'll be going to the premium format Card Fight Vanguard tourney tonight. So I'll be doing that. The tourney starts at 7:30, so give or take, probably end the stream around 7-ish, because it's not that far from where I live, so yeah. Because I want to have maximum amount of time to play Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. I wanted to see how far I can get. Unfortunately, I didn't meet my goal of being able to beat Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door Remake on Switch this weekend, but livestream the card shop? I don't know about that. I would love to, but I want to know. I don't know. Like, I'm friends with the owner. The owner's a really cool dude. And I don't know if they would be, comfortable with that. I have one of my mutual friends. They have recorded their Card Fight Vanguard matches and posted it to their YouTube channel in the shop. But if I were to live stream the shop, I feel like I should probably get the permission of the owner. Because, I respect the owner. The owner made a really nice place, and without this card shop, I would not have been able to reunite with a lot of my old friends. Because if you don't know the story, I started going to card shops thanks to Jay. Hey, Red, what's up? I did watch some today. So I used to go to this card shop that no longer exists. It's called Warren's Card Shop, and there, thanks to Jay Akari. Jay Akari was the person that got me to go to card shops. And I remember going there, and I made tons of friends, and then Warren's Card Shop closed. And then the community just scattered to the winds. And this card shop that I go to now, a lot of my friends that I saw back then, years ago, I reunited with them. I was like, oh my gosh, it's been so long. It's been literal years. So because of this card shop, I've been able to see my friends again, so it's great. Did I enjoy it? Yes, I did enjoy it. Yep. So, Leo, I'll ask, actually. That sounds like a great idea, by the way, to live stream the card shop. I don't know how well it'd go, though, because everyone's really loud and rambunctious. I'm starting to think more and more that it might be a bad idea. But if I could, I would. That'd be cool, because I would love to promote my card shop, because my card shop has world-class card gamers. I kid you not. The number 2 best future card buddy fighter in the world is at my shop. We have someone that has topped on the Bushiroad Rumble Online. We have 3 people that have actually gone to the World Championships for Cardfight Vanguard. We have people that have made names for themselves at Springfest. Like, our card shop, like, has a lot of big name players. And it's wild, and I'm friends with them. It's wild. It's great. It's insane. Like, oh my gosh. So, yeah. So, yeah. What was it? I was talking about Pokemon. Yeah, the Ribbon Master thing I'll probably try to do next year. I need to get the stuff for it. I literally, yeah, that's right. I told Green I'd let them borrow my Pokemon Coliseum because I have it. And fun fact, it's not my game. So, yeah, it's my game now, but originally it wasn't. There was one, I had some friends over as a kid, and they brought some GameCube games and we played it. Then one day, after we had grown apart, like nothing bad, it's just, we just separated over time. We just grew apart. And one day, I remember looking in my GameCube repertoire of like GameCube discs, and I saw Pokemon Coliseum, and I was like, this game isn't mine. And I'm pretty sure I do not have the contact of that friend who used to own it anymore, because that's how far we grew apart. So I just kind of kept the game and played it for myself. And yeah, after talking to Green about the Ribbon Challenge, I literally offered, I was like, Green, if you would like to do the Ribbon Challenge from the very beginning, which starts on Pokemon Coliseum and or Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, feel free to borrow my GameCube game and start your Ribbon Master journey today. So, Green is planning to use a Wii instead of a Nintendo GameCube. Rit, hi! Welcome to the stream! So Green is planning to use a Wii to start the Ribbon Master journey. At least that's what I understand from last night's talk. So yeah. And back to why I had 6 hours of sleep. Me and Green talked about the Ribbon Master Challenge. Not only that, we talked about my trip to Japan. And I couldn't finish all of the details because before we knew it, it was 2 a.m. this morning. And we were just like, oh, we need sleep. We need to like end the combo. I need to leave. We were having so much fun catching up that it just turned into 2 a.m. And we were just like, alright. Oh, okay. Thanks, Leo, for joining the stream. Have a good day. Have a good Memorial Day, buddy.
It's probably fine with, oh yeah, Rhythm.
Hi, Red.
Probably fine with, other games.
Yeah, we got some good stuff. Anyway, I think that's pretty much a good stopping point for my life right now. Let's go ahead and learn some languages.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rit, I have a question. Do you still do commissions? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I saw your Discord messages and I didn't look because I was busy. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I saw that you got a time in game working. Yeah. Also, after our conversation on Discord, I saw the time in. I saw like where I could watch the time in anime, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's here. You still do? Oh, that's awesome. Alright, so today we are going to learn some Japanese.